Hi everybody, I'm Philip VanDusen, and in this video we're going to talk about 9 places you can discover trend. Understanding and utilizing trend is critical for any creative professional or entrepreneur. And in this video I'm going to talk about 9 places where you can discover trend that you can use to drive decisions in your design, in your branding, and in your business. So what is trend forecasting? Trend forecasting is essentially trying to tell the future. And why is that important? Well, it's important so it'll help us develop designs or businesses or products or services or experiences that meet the needs of people in the future. And that's hard to do because the future's not here yet. You going out and discovering trend and searching for trend and recognizing it so you can help you make those decisions about your products and your designs and your services is why trend hunting is so important. What kind of trend is out there? Well, there's branding trend and brand strategies. So one branding trend that's been very popular and growing over a number of years is content marketing. There's design trend, so trends in fonts and colors and imagery and layout. Design trend moves very quickly and is always changing. And then there's marketing and business trends. So for entrepreneurs, knowing the competitive landscape and what markets are doing and how they're changing is really important. I was in fashion retail for 15 years, and trend drives fashion. Now, have you ever been out searching for clothes and going to retail stores and discovered that a lot of these different stores carry the same things? How does that happen? How do they end up with the same silhouettes and colors and patterns? Well, I'll tell you, it's because they all utilize the same method of gathering trend. They all go out and internationally shop the same stores. They sometimes share the same manufacturers, so they hear recommendations and materials and trends from manufacturers. They also purchase trend services, so there are trend services that meet almost the needs of almost any industry where you can purchase trend information. And fashion companies purchase a lot of their trend information from the same places, so subsequently they end up developing the same product. So keep in mind, one of the things about trend forecasting and discovering trend is that you really have to know what's going on currently now. Because if you don't know what's going on now, you'll never be able to recognize what could possibly be different in the future. Or as things come up that look like trends, you won't be able to recognize them. So knowing what's going on now is really important. Okay, here we go. 9 places to discover trend. Number 1, digital culture. What I mean by this is pretty broad, and it kind of goes to what I was talking about before in terms of knowing what's going on currently. So this is websites, social media, Google, broadcast news. Understanding what's currently happening in culture is really important to discovering trend. Number 2, physical. So this is physical retail. If your designs or the product or service that you do shows up in the real world out in retail, you need to go out and shop it regularly and really pay attention and really observe what's happening. Number 3, competitive research. Going online, looking at blogs, social media of your competition, looking at their markets, looking at the product, services, what they're doing is really critical for discovering trend because you will know what they've done over time, and then as new things pop up, you'll be able to recognize them and jump on them just as they're emerging. Number 4, newsletters and blogs. There are a lot of newsletters out there you can sign up for in your industry that will feed you trend information right to your desktop as long as you're looking for it. Number 5, trade shows and conferences. This is another place where you got to show up physically, and it can be expensive and involve travel, but it is the most important place to discover trend. You'll interact with your peers, you'll interact with manufacturers and other entities in your industry, and you'll be able to see trends as they start to emerge. So conferences and trade shows are really important. Number 6, trend reports. You can find trend reports online for free. You can also buy trend reports. So there are services or agencies like JWT, J. Walter Thompson, that I use a lot that put out free, really amazing trend reports. Also, Nielsen does this as well. There are also websites where you can purchase a seat on the website, places like WGSN or stylist.com. These are trend websites that feed and serve up trend if you purchase a subscription, a seat to that website. Number 7, business and design trend websites. So this is websites that are going to be servicing your industry in particular, whether that's design or business or whatever products or service that you offer. Business websites can be things like Forbes, like Entrepreneur, Inc., or any kind of business specific periodical or product specific periodical that serves your industry. Great place to look for trend. And in design, it could be places like Behance, portfolio sites, or Communication Arts, or Pinterest, Instagram, places like Product Hunt. Great places to find trend. Number 8, mastermind groups. Mastermind groups, no one really thinks of in terms of finding trend, but interacting with your peers is one of the key places where you will hear about new things happening in your industry and see interest being sparked in other people when you talk about things or when you discuss things that you're thinking about. So being able to interact with a mastermind group is really important and really helpful in looking for and discovering trends. Number 9, last but not least, is word of mouth. This is just talking to people at the store, talking to people at the checkout line, your friends, your family, listening and being keyed in to what people are talking about, what they're excited about, what's happening in their lives is a great way to project into the future about what could be popular for people or meet people's needs. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit subscribe below if you'd like to see my videos when they come out. Visit me at my website, philipvandusen.com. I'd love to interact with you on your brand and hear about your successes and challenges. And while you're there, subscribe to my newsletter, Brand Muse, where I share insights and trends around branding and design for entrepreneurs and creative professionals. So with that, again, thanks for watching. Bye for now.